I decided to suck it up, get past my shame, ignore the sound of my own voice and start making weekly content on YouTube. If I ever want to be able to create a successful game project, I have to get out there, show myself and my projects. And if you are building a game too, I dare you to do the same. On average, there are 50 games released on Steam every day. Right? So your game can be the next Half-Life, Red Dead or Halo. It probably won't get a lot of sales. That is, if you're self-publishing and don't already have like a loyal and massive fan base. Self-publishing without any meaningful marketing will mean your game will meet an early grave. And the many years you spend on it will be a waste. At least if you're focusing on the financial success story. Personally, I think there are many different kinds of successes gained from creating and releasing your own games, as I talked about in my previous video from last week. But if we do have to focus on financial success, one of the things that I've learned over the years is that you'll need a constant stream of online exposure to gain a following, find a niche, gather friends around yourself, your brand or your projects. Start this process, get efficient at it and never stop. Make it part of your work as a game developer and own it. And it's also one of the reasons why I started doing videos on YouTube. But before I started, I did a lot of research into how YouTube works, the do's, the don'ts, what hardware to get, what software to use, how many videos to post, the works. It took me quite a long time to figure it all out, and so I wanted to make a video about my YouTube journey over the past 6 months to help new content creators to get started. First of all, and this is very, very important, maybe even the most important of all, it's a marathon and never a sprint. If you begin with your online presence, no matter which platform actually, you will start with, nothing, and it will take time, lots of time, before something happens. You should see social media as a monster. It grows when you feed it, and the more you feed it, the hungrier it becomes. Generally, the more content you post, the bigger your growth and exposure. Before you know it, you're creating content 24/7 and nobody likes the crap you spew out. So start out slowly, quality over quantity. Find a content release pace that you feel comfortable with and go from there. Too much too soon will not help you in the long run and it'll definitely burn you out. For me, I decided to try out with 2 videos a week, one long form and one short. Originally, I didn't really like shorts, but many people do, so I wanted to also get into that. So how to actually start making videos? Well, first you'll need a proper setup. And if you're on a tight budget, just use your phone as the camera, but I do suggest getting at least a plug-in USB microphone that has a stand. Most microphones for under €50 should do fine. Don't do like I did and buy this very expensive Yeti because, they're obviously alright, but way too expensive. And if you do have a bit of a budget, I really recommend the Elgato Facecam, and I recommend getting also some studio lights, because it will definitely help clean up the image quality. There's absolutely no need to get super expensive mirrorless cameras, fancy capture cards, expensive controls, teleprompters, etc. It'll probably only make the editing more difficult and not actually increase the quality because you're not a video editing master yet. And now that you've got the setup, it's all about you. What do you want to do? Voiceover may sound easier as you only have to focus on what you want to say, the proper pronunciation, and less on looking good while doing it. But it will also mean you will need a lot more video footage of other things to show.
Game development. What fun, super random video.
For me personally, it was a no-brainer. I like to make contact with people, and the only way to do that is to reach out. And for this I have to show myself, and even worse, get over the fact that I have to listen to myself and watch myself over and over and over and over and over and over when editing. Additionally, I don't know why I didn't even think of this before I started out, but if I am having a bad day or a week and I really don't want my face on a webcam, bummer, suck it up, Dominic. But apparently I quite like talking and making silly faces to this black circle that is called a webcam. What really helps me is to make stupid and really silly jokes in my script that activate my sense of humor. It really helps that I love laughing at my own jokes.
Yay!
Now, I always write down my whole script before a recording session. My memory is bad, and between trying to talk in something that is supposed to be English and using body language to make looking at me more fun, I definitely don't remember any of my lines. I've heard many ways of actually doing this, from winging it all the way to recording per paragraph or using a teleprompter. I tried them all, and well, winging it means you'll hear me say the whole time, which doesn't make my video any better. Remembering the whole script takes me a day extra, so that's a no-go. And recording one paragraph at a time, well, it works, but it added so much extra time to record everything, so I got too much different ambient lighting between my shots, decreasing the quality. So I ended up using a teleprompter. My recording sessions now take, well, about an hour, and they are way more fun for me because now I can finally focus on, well, my actual performance instead of, well, for the life of me, not remembering what I wanted to say in the first place. For me, it now takes one full day's work to create everything needed to release a new video. In the morning I write the script, and then after my lunch I make the last edits to it and then start the recording session. I like to do this as fast as possible and in one sitting, because if you do it in multiple sessions, then the ambient lighting will change too much between the different shots and it will degrade your video quality too much. Then after recording, I quickly stitch together all the shots in DaVinci Resolve, and I'll remove the empty spaces, changing the zoom amount between shots for a smoother transition, and then I create a thumbnail for the video in Affinity Photo and write the description text. That hopefully leaves me with 1 or 2 hours left to make the video fun, with extra commentary, sketches, funny shots, ugly drawings, good looking drawings, memes, and improving, well, the audio quality by normalizing the audio levels with a YouTube preset, filtering out small errors, and improving the video quality by not making my face look like a tomato. When all that is done, I render the video, quadruple check it for errors, quality and fun factor, iterate a few times on this, and then, well, upload it to YouTube to be posted every day at 5 p.m. Central European Time. And then it's all up to YouTube to do the magic stuff with it. And really, you can dig into the algorithm all you want, do all the research, really. It's magic. There is no algorithm. It's magic. You don't have any control over it. And one video can get massively packed up for months and another one be dropped dead after a few hours. Only way you get to influence your video is by the title, the thumbnail, and the descriptions. And here are my 2 cents on it. Title should be what your video is all about, condensed into 10 keywords that form, well, a workable sentence. The thumbnail has to look appealing, and it can contain what your video is all about, well, condensed in 5 trigger keywords. I'm not yet sure if showing your face on the thumbnail helps or not. I've read that for bigger YouTubers it helps to improve their click rate, and that for smaller YouTubers it doesn't. For me, the jury is still out on that. And then the description is the only search engine optimization you get, which is too often ignored. I'm not really sure if hashtags actually help or not, but if you want people to also find your video through the search bar or through Google, I suggest you use this opportunity to write down what your video is all about. I guess that's it. I mean, in the 6 months I've been doing this, I learned quite a bit more, but I think that this is the information that would have saved me lots of research, well, 6 months ago. And now it's time for you to suck it up and create some exposure for your projects. If you want to know some more detailed stuff or have a suggestion for me, my videos, or Cyberdam, please let me know in the comments, as we all need to share and learn from each other to get better. I wish you best of luck with your game dev and your newly found marketing job. Thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you again next week.